Okay, good evening, everybody. Here I am one more time. Sessions with Spirit, I think. Wasn't that, Brenda, what we decided we could call this? Anyway, here's my spirit to begin with. Yeah, let me just adjust things there. Excuse my hands. So my name is Lou Martin, and I'm a channel and a student of the wide world out there, as we all must be on planet Earth these days. And it's great to be here with you. This is the 14th of July, 2016. Brenda has joined the party. Hello, Brenda. Let's see. Yeah, Sheila. Was just looking at Charlie Chaplin's speech from The Great Dictator, and when we all get going here, I'll bring that into the conversation. I used to go up to the Mind, Body, Spirit show in Dublin. I was just up in Dublin last week for the first time in years, which was a great trip, and I'll definitely be back soon. I used to go to Mind, Body, Spirit, and I'd give a talk there as a part of, renting a table there and meeting people and doing readings and whatnot. And so I would take my laptop and I would show videos that I thought were inspiring and relevant to what we're all talking about. Excuse me, consciousness and the awakening that's happening in the world. And yeah, there's Joanna. Hi, Joe. Yeah, and hi, everybody. And there was a musical video. I haven't found it. I haven't looked that far, but I do have Charlie, good old Charlie here. And if you've never seen The Great Dictator, it's an amazing film. It's his comedy about fascism and Hitler, of course. And at one point, Chaplin does this. He has a globe of the world, and it's a balloon, and he dances with the world because, he, of course, being a good dictator, he wants to control the world. He wants to take over the world. So, and it was right at the time when silent films were ending and the talkies were beginning. So. I don't think there's dialogue through most of the film, but at the end, where he gives this speech, that was recorded, and it was one of the first uses of sound for dialogue in a film. It's my recollection. Hey, Stephen, how are you? So let's see. I did a chat on Tuesday night, and I hope you all got to see that. And all of those, if you look at my Facebook page. And at the top, there's like photos and whatnot. If you look under the More window, under More, there's videos. And if you click on that, everything that I've done the last few weeks is there. And I'm still working on and asking for help to get all of that onto YouTube. But we'll get there at some point. So Tuesday, of course, was for the Americans here, and for those American watchers among you, was when Bernie endorsed Hillary, and in the presidential election in the U.S. And I've just heard Bernie's telephone call to his supporters, his teleconference after that announcement, and what shall I say here? A couple different things, one of my students and friends, Chrissy, asked me, how come I'm getting so political? And hi from Texas. Hi, Lulu. Akile, wow, that's a joy. Hello to my brother Akile. Yes. Teacher of Course in Miracles, and from Agape. That's a great treat, Akile. My love to you, my friend. Yeah, consciousness. The election in the U.S. is like this litmus test, about our consciousness. And so, we have these characters in this great movie called Our Life right now, and we have Donald Trump, who we know about Donald Trump. We have Hillary Clinton. We know about Hillary Clinton, and then we have Bernie Sanders. And even though Bernie is the oldest guy in the race, I spoke about innocence and cynicism last time. He's truly the most innocent person who's probably ever, in some ways, aspired to be president of the U.S. I think that's probably a fair statement, in a very good way. Innocent not as naive, but as hopeful and vulnerable, and kind and compassionate, sincere, honest. These qualities that are all too rare in the world sometimes. So, it seemed to be the story, from what I've read. Hi, Akile, great to have you, my friend. It seemed to be the story that because Bernie is a superdelegate, because he's a senator, and because he wants to be able to further the agenda and speak at the convention, and of course he still has not conceded the race, even though he's endorsed Hillary. It seemed like he had to endorse Hillary in order to be given a role at the convention. So even though in the teleconference call he's still saying, he hasn't won enough delegates and all that, I just put up another article from California, my old hometown there, that, the evidence of voter fraud is just continuing to pile up, and the questions are continuing to be raised about the whole election. All right, so there's, of course, several things going on right now. I want to bring it to the spiritual, but we need to talk about the worldly at the same time, because we live in the world. So for all of us that have a spiritual practice and that work with meditation and prayer and journaling and tools like this, that have teachers like Reverend Michael there, Akile, and yourself, who inspire us, who uplift us, who demonstrate through their words and actions a way to live in a higher vibration with greater joy and happiness. Life is really a beautiful gift. And there are many of us in the world who have learned how to point ourselves in this direction, and how to give ourselves to a loving higher power. Okay, that's all of us here. We're being asked, and why I'm doing these talks here, is because, Queens Village, New York. Hello, Naomi. We're being asked to shine our light and share our love. This is what my spirit guides talk about. So, every day there's information, there's hopefully some inspiration, and eventually there's some transformation, right? And this is what I want these sessions ideally to be about. That, we'll talk about and work with, these issues that are happening in our life: climate change, the economy, the politics, etc., etc. And then somewhere, in all of that, we'll start to bring the spiritual focus that each of us has in potential, shining our light upon these issues, so that, my friends, when we leave here, in 30 minutes or an hour, or whatever it is, we truly feel like we've moved through something. We have greater clarity within ourselves, greater trust of our inner guidance, and greater inspiration to offer to the world. Okay, so just want to say again here that I believe that Bernie is going to be elected, and I have no idea how that's going to happen. And what I want to say is, as a student of theater and film and novels and all that, there are many times in the story, the page-turning thrillers and the romances and the adventures that we've all loved and enjoyed. There are many times in the story where, that's it. The door is closed, it looks hopeless, and there's no way forward. And that's what God waits for, in our lives personally, whatever we want to call God: love, faith, joy, hope, inspiration, peace, compassion, forgiveness, acceptance, kindness. Whatever opens our heart, that quiets our mind, that raises our spirit, okay? So that's my prayer for all of us here, that we continue to do the work and create the relationships and find the resources. Like, this is my new little toy here to chat with you all. It's been great. You know, I did one of these Tuesday nights, and thanks to Brenda and everyone's interest here, it's been seen by like 450 people in a couple days. So, you know, it gives me a real sense that, you know, that people, you know, are interested in what I have to share, which is great, because I certainly need to share it with you. So I thank you for that. Yeah, well, so in our world, right, we're often invited to be these passive receivers of information, or et cetera, et cetera. And this time, you know, the energies of this time, this summer, this crucible of purification about our spiritual values, about what we believe, how deeply we believe it, and if it's our truth in the moment, you know, as you can all see, that is being sorely tested. And for example, for a lot of people, Bernie's endorsement of Hillary was unbelievable and terrifying or terrible or heartbreaking or shocking, and everyone felt so betrayed. And that's fine. You know, that's what they needed to, or you needed to, or I needed to experience in that moment. Great. Then you get to the other side of that and you get more information. Oh, Bernie hasn't conceded. Maybe the race isn't over yet, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm just saying that, you know, life is very much like this Rubik's Cube, you know, or, you know, any other metaphor you want to use, where, you know, I put my glasses on, I see you one way, I take them off, I see you another way, you know. So what I want to say here is that our heart, hi Yvonne, our heart is the master of creating our dreams, okay? And so, but our heart, you know, since we live in our heads, and since we're often filled up with duties, responsibilities, the past, etc., unprocessed, unacknowledged, hi Dennis, unreleased energies, etc., we stay trapped in our heads, and when we're trapped in our heads, we stay stuck in the world, and then everything is just about you know, doing black and white, good, bad information, you know, et cetera, et cetera. All right. So, you know, then life gives us these great gifts called crisis. And in crisis, the mind goes, I cannot solve this. I cannot figure this out. I cannot get through this or get over this. You know, cancer, bankruptcy, divorce, whatever. Okay, so something will happen in our life. Usually it's in the Middle Ages there, the midlife crisis, yeah. But of course it's not limited to that. Something major happens and we're thrown back into ourselves. Okay, so the difference between someone on a spiritual path and someone who's not on a spiritual path is that the person that's not on any sort of a path spiritually believes that they have to figure it out pretty much kind of on their own. And they will go to people, places, things, and situations and do their best to figure out and solve their problem. Of course they will. Yeah, all right. So, but people who are, for whatever reason, willing and available to explore our spiritual nature, which is inherently who we are, we're spiritual beings having a human experience. In crisis, it invites us, it challenges us, and ultimately it forces us to change our mind. I don't know how to fix this. I don't know how to solve this. I don't know how to change this. All right, so kind of everyone who's been supporting Brother Bernie Sanders just went through one of those the last few days. If you still want to see him elected as president, that is still possible. You need to believe that, you need to feel that, you need to work for that, and you need to invite that reality to be your reality, okay? Or Hillary if you want her, or Trump, or whoever you want, whatever you want, or if you want to leave the country like I did, be my guest, yeah? But I'm just trying to say here, whatever we believe, whatever we expect, whatever we sincerely trust, yeah, faith, trust, hope, expectation, belief, whatever we put our hearts behind, where your heart is, there's your treasure. That's more and more where the energy of spirit is seeking to come into our lives. So this is the great paradox that I've learned in the last few years. Spirit loves us unconditionally and is us. It is who we are at the core of our being. And so it's given us this experience of a mind and a body and a world and free will. And it says, now you decide what you want, what you believe, what you value. And if I, Spirit, happen to be on your list of things that are valuable, then I will absolutely blow your mind, rock your world, Akile. Yeah, I will change your path here. I will open the door that you cannot see. I will create the miracle and the magic. Okay, so I'm just saying, my friends, that the map that I see for humanity for the next few months and beyond is really learning how to be powerful about what we want, what we believe, and what we hold as true inside of our hearts. Okay, now I think that makes good sense. I want to say a few words about character. Why Bernie Sanders, this very quiet 74-year-old chap who lives in Vermont, has taken the U.S. by storm, of course, is he has great character. He's kept his promises. He's done what he said he would do. He stands up for unity and oneness and compassion, and for the races and the sexes and all of us treating each other with love and kindness and respect. Wow. I said somewhere, and I'll say it again, we haven't seen this kind of character since, Martin Luther King or Gandhi. And we're very, very blessed to have someone who is this committed to his beliefs and this willing to continue to commit to his beliefs, to speak for us and to stand up for us. So we better speak for him and stand up for him. So, again, it just seems like the last couple of days has been like a kind of a pantomime where Bernie pretends that he loves Hillary and Hillary pretends she loves Bernie. And isn't it great? And as I said, and all of us are going, this is not real. This is untrue. This is this is a lie. This is a performance. It's not the real thing. And I'm afraid, of course, as you know, that's exactly what it is. And this is what I was saying on my piece yesterday on Facebook. Friends, it's all a performance. The election is a performance. The primary is a performance. That we live in a free world is a performance. And there's a lot of things that we have assumed and taken for granted and value that are being quietly swept aside right now in this whole process. And to my mind, Bernie and the people that support Bernie and whoever you are, God bless you, we're the good guys, without any apologies about it. We're not for the TPP because that is truly the corporations taking control of the governments, and the governments really not having any power to stop the corporations. And if you look in your dictionary, that is the dictionary definition of this little thing we call fascism. And that's not a good thing, boys and girls. And all that's happening in secret, behind the scenes. Bernie's people at the platform tried to say, we're not even going to bring this to a vote. The Clinton people said, yes, we are going to bring it to a vote. Okay. And then we all know about these other things like fracking, destroying the water supply and all the rest of it, climate change and all of that, economic injustice. There's about a dozen or 24 things, which all of us know this cannot go on like this. This must change, and we all feel like we're dancing on this precipice, where things have to change, or they're going to get change for the better, or they're going to get much worse. And, of course, the hope and the prayer is absolutely that we do that. The challenge is that we have to keep, being very humble, I'd say, and very present, in our hearts with each other. Yeah, as Gandhi and Dr. King and many others have done. Yeah, because the first job we have really is not only understanding the truth as we perceive it and integrating that into our own spiritual and human journey, but then, really sharing this with people in a way that they might be willing to listen to and accept and understand, so that they can begin to see what's happening. My teacher is Lazarus, one of my teachers, and they told this great story, which I have to share here with you, which is that, because this will demonstrate my perception of part of what's going on here. They said that when the Native Americans in the U.S. First encountered ships from Europe, they literally couldn't imagine that they were there, because they were so far outside of their previous perceptions and experiences that there was nowhere in their perception to take that in. Okay, and this is also true with UFOs and many other things, but any perception will do. And so the shaman, who had gone through his own death experience and his own giving himself to God experience and his own purifying his consciousness for the greater good of his family and his survival and his tribe and his world, and giving himself to Mother Nature and all of this, sacrificing, surrendering, submitting, whatever you want, however you want to say it, purifying is the best way to say it. He could see the ships because he was more open. He had surrendered more. He had let go of himself more. There was more of his spirit to come through him to help him see what was happening. And so he'd say, well, it's like there's 3 trees there, and there's a big canoe. And then the other natives would go, oh, really? Oh, yes, my God, I see it. And it's kind of like that. In other words, we can look at everything that's happening politically, and I'm saying, it's very dark, my friends. If you want to look hard, you certainly see that when the head of the FBI and the Attorney General of the United States are bribed or blackmailed into lying for a presidential candidate who, if they were anyone else, would be would be indicted. For her to be given a clean bill of health, this is a warning sign. This is something we need to pay attention to. And of course, the Clinton Foundation and all this stuff is really beginning to come out. So there's that part of it, the manipulation, the cynicism, the hidden agenda, the TPP, all the rest of that. Okay. And then there's, well, all right, what kind of world do we want to live in? I want to live in a world that's just, yes, and truthful, yes, with good people, yes, who act from integrity, yes, and we honor each other's spiritual nature, yes, and we're good caregivers of the earth, yes. You see, so this is my little space here, to be the cheerleader, Sagittarius rising here, to be the cheerleader and say, you can have what you believe, but you've got to know what you want, you've got to believe that you can have it, and you've got to work with letting go of the fears, the judgments, etc., etc. So I hope all that makes good sense. It makes good sense to me so far here. Yeah. So let me give you Charlie Chaplin, if I can. Yeah. Without waking my housemate, I hope. So I'm just going to thank you for listening to my ranting here. Yeah, I'm going to turn this around.
I'm sorry. I don't want to be an emperor. That's not my business. I don't want to rule or conquer anyone. I should like to help everyone if possible. Jew, Gentile, black man, white. We all want to help one another. Human beings are like that. We want to live by each other's happiness, not by each other's misery. We don't want to hate and despise one another. In this world, there's room for everyone, and the good earth is rich and can provide for everyone. The way of life can be free and beautiful, but we have lost the way. Greed has poisoned men's souls, has barricaded the world with hate, has goose-stepped us into misery and bloodshed. We have developed speed, but we have shut ourselves in. Machinery that gives abundance has left us in want. Our knowledge has made us cynical, our cleverness hard and unkind. We think too much and feel too little. More than machinery, we need humanity. More than cleverness, we need kindness and gentleness. Without these qualities, life will be violent, and all will be lost. The aeroplane and the radio have brought us closer together. The very nature of these inventions cries out for the goodness in men, cries out for universal brotherhood, for the unity of us all. Even now, my voice is reaching millions throughout the world. Millions of despairing men, women, and little children, victims of a system that makes men torture, imprisoned innocent people. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, the dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, tell you what to do, what to think, or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate, only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery, fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world, that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite!
Okay. I hope that worked. Yeah? All right. So, beautiful speech by a beautiful soul. Charlie Chaplin brought a lot of joy into the world. A lot of compassion. Yes, well said. Thank you. All right. So, thank you all for being here. James Twyman is doing group meditations, group prayers. I've suggested, I'll channel here in a moment, I've suggested that if you take 10 minutes at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. every day, that's just an easy time for all of us to kind of tune in with each other. Yeah, what's exciting is that humanity really is ready for a change, and I think we've all gotten a lot better at knowing when we're being lied to, because we've all, have lied to ourselves. And I think we've all grown through, learning to face our fears and to heal our character defects and to ask God and our friends, to help us. And that's what this time is really about, again, the theme between innocence, that we're good, that we're beautiful, that we're spiritual, that we're true, that we're children of God, however you want to put it, versus cynicism, that this is all that there is, that everyone's kidding themselves, that, what Chaplin said was brilliant, that dictators free themselves and enslave the world. If you just look at, these three people that are asking to represent ourselves in the world right now as our leaders. We have Trump, we have Clinton, and we have Bernie Sanders. And it's not a hard choice from where I'm sitting. Can this change? Can we still find a way to make this work out? Absolutely, we truly, truly can. But we really, we need each other. We need our faith in each other, and we need our faith in God. For God to use us and to use the situation for God's purpose. It is a very challenging time, and what's so important, as I'm sure we all know, there's a lot of pressure, on humanity right now to correct, some mistakes from the past, or to start acting, in a more conscious fashion to create a better future. And again, Donald Trump isn't going to do it, folks, and Hillary Clinton is certainly not interested in creating a just and humane future. I don't think so, not for a second. And so the Bernie people and Bernie himself, and I saw a great interview here. I'll just say this very briefly. What's happening in the U.S. is also happening in Europe. And I think that Brexit was a part of that. There's this amazing man in Europe. His name is, France, right? His name is Yanis Varoufakis. Yanis Varoufakis. Y-A-N-I-S. Yanis. And he's as good a leader as I've ever seen, with great integrity as well. He was the Greek economics minister. There's Tasha. Hi, Tasha. So what's been happening in the U.S. and is still trying to happen with a movement for freedom and truth, and the political revolution, the spiritual revolution right behind it, is also starting to happen in Europe. So my prayer for all of us is that, we give ourselves this permission every day to be surprised, not shocked, but to be pleasantly surprised. This is what my guides are teaching me. If I can give you anything here, I want to give you this. That, and then I'll channel that. The more that I personally learn to love myself, the more my life is full of positive surprises, and the less struggle or lack or unpleasant situations, or the more harmony, the more flow, the more opportunities, etc., etc. And let me just finish with what Lazarus has been saying to us about July. That we can love as we've never loved before, and we can love as we've never dared to love before. So I say again, if we give our doubts and our fears, put it on the altar of our heart, and let Spirit work with us and through us, we will come up a few notches. And if, as Abraham says, one person aligned to source is more powerful than a million who aren't. If 1,000, a million people over the next few weeks can raise their vibration, can maintain being centered and calm in the midst of chaos and confusion, and be that place of receptivity and grace, the space for grace, then I think we'll all be very pleasantly surprised by how the world can change. Because, my friends, this chaos that is happening there is the world wanting to change, really wanting to change. The earth and humanity kind of desperate to create space for change. And if we know how to go within, if we know how to be grateful, if we know how to give thanks, if we know how to love and give love, then the change can be quite elegant and a lot smoother and even fun. Yeah? Okay. So thanks for listening to me one more time. Here's my website. If you want to work with me and support what I do, it's LouMartin, LOUMARTIN.eu. And I have an ebook, The Invitation, and I have sessions via Skype, and I have a nice PayPal button there. So I'm going to channel for you now, get my glasses off here, and we'll we'll finish up the rest of this time. I never know what I'm going to say or what's going to happen, and it's good fun. The altar of our hearts. Great, thank you. Thanks, John Marin. Wonderful painter. Well, it's great. I'm connecting with all my American clients and friends here. It's great. It's 11 o'clock here in Ireland. What else can I tell you? I'll tell you, I never imagined I'd be out of the States for a decade. And I'm very excited with what's happening there. And I'm looking forward to getting back at some point in divine timing. Yeah. So in the meantime, let's do some work. And Australia, very good. Okay. So let's meditate. Let's pray. Let's channel. Let's close our eyes. Take a deep breath. Here, I'll even lose this, I think. Yeah. I love that Chaplin speech. That was brilliant. Do we need that? No, we need that. Okay. It's all live. It's all in the moment. It's all perfect. Okay. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath, everyone. Dear friends, here we come. Relax and release. Relax and release. Relax and release. Yeah. Breathing into the belly, breathing into the heart. Take another deep breath. Slowing down. Coming to center. Yeah. Coming to stillness. Take another breath. Dear friends, let's bring 7 stars that represent our vibration here as the channel's guide. Spiral down through time and space. Touch the crown. Take another deep breath. And yeah, as you know well, some of you let the energy spiral through the 7 chakra centers. Spiraling down like water running down a waterfall. Yeah. Crown, third eye, throat, and heart chakra. Take a deep breath. Dear friends, put a hand to the heart there. I love and accept myself just as I am. I love and honor myself at this moment. I love and open myself to my true spirit. Take a breath into that. I am awakening to my true nature. I am awakening to my true worth. I am awakening to my true power. Take a deep breath. And dear friends, we bring forth the white light of the Christ consciousness, dear friends, to surround and support you. You can relax your hand there. Down the 3 lower centers as well, a will center, sexual center, roots, down the hips, the legs, the feet, all that energy, let it flow down into Mother Earth. Take a deep breath. All right, dear friends, yeah. So you're in a pillar of light. Yeah, of the white light of the Christ consciousness of unconditional love, dear friends. Yeah, whatever that means to you. Yeah, for everyone here, dear friends. Yeah, purity and innocence and peace and dear friends, integrity and honesty and truth. Absolutely. So from your heart, let those energies begin to move forth, dear friends, gently and easily into your life. Yeah, where in your life, yeah, are you inviting greater harmony and balance? Yeah, where in your life are you inviting greater synchronicity and greater intimacy? Where in your life are you inviting greater love and greater freedom? Just take a breath into that. I open my heart to my life, and I open my life to my heart, and I know that my life and my heart are one energy, one consciousness, one force, one presence. And I come into harmony and balance, my life, my heart, and myself as one. Take a breath into that. I let go, I surrender, I release, I forgive, I accept, I understand. I let go, I surrender, I release, I forgive, I accept, I understand. One more time, take a deep breath. I let go, I surrender, I release, I forgive, I accept, I understand. Dear friends, take a nice breath. Let that beam of light now go forth into your future. That you have this powerful time here, the next 2 weeks, dear friends. Yeah. Call forth the angels, the guides, the ancestors, the descendants, all those who are outside of this time and space, dear friends, who you would work with, who you would align with. Dear friends, Mother Earth, absolutely. the four directions, the four elements, dear friends, absolutely. Yeah. And dear friends, let these energies flow through you and to you. Yeah. Be a guardian of the earth, dear friends, a guardian of the Divine Mother upon which you draw breath, upon which you live and work and love, upon which you're born and die, dear friends. Take a deep breath, yeah? That the Mother, the Divine Mother, and the energies of the Divine Mother work through you and come to you, dear friends, with elegance and clarity, intimately and synchronistically, dear friends, over the next 2 weeks. That you're drawn to the places and the resources and the relationships, the ideas, the inspirations that serve you as a guardian of the earth, that serve the Great Mother here, dear friends, in harmony and balance, yeah, with love and respect for each other, dear friends, a child of this great earth, yeah, and a guardian of her beauty, of her resources, of her power and wisdom, of her love and light. Take a deep breath. And dear friends, over the next 2 weeks here, that you call forth, the energy of spiritual leadership. Dear friends, those that have moved you and stirred you, yeah, those that have inspired you from this and other lifetimes, yeah, the great ones of your earth, dear friends, those that have stood up, yeah, speaking power to truth, truth to power, dear friends, yeah, who have stood up for what they believe in, dear friends, as you stand up for what you believe in, yeah, the great ones of your country and of your world, dear friends, the rebels, if you like, yeah, the troublemakers, dear friends, the crazy ones, absolutely, who are willing to find what works for you in this time and space, dear friends, without any constraint, without any limitation, without being intimidated or dominated by others' agendas or fears or desires for control or for power for its own sake, dear friends. That you stand as the peacemaker and as the meek that inherit the earth here, dear friends. You stand with the light of this world, the light and love of all that is, for spiritual leadership, dear friends, for yourself and for humanity. Take a deep breath. And let those waves of energy go forth into your time and space here over the next few weeks, knowing that you will absolutely connect with all those that are a part of this vibration, a part of this path, dear friends, as you step forward, yeah? Being willing to be the fool for what you believe in, dear friends, yeah? Working with the energy of innocence and openness and humor, dear friends, and courage and confidence and trust, playfulness, and all your gifts, dear friends, yeah? Your songs and your prayers and your poems, your dances and your dreams and desires, yeah? That you be the dreamer, yeah, over the next 2 weeks here, dear friend, for yourself and for humanity. Without a vision, the people perish, dear friends, and you are the visionaries, so be that. And let that wave of light come through you and come to you from spirit and from spirits beyond this world, dear friends. Let us help humanity awaken to the dream that life can be once again. Take a deep breath. So for the earth, for spiritual leadership, and for the dreamers and the new dream, dear friends, we call forth the energy of a new earth, dear friends, and of new humans to inhabit this new earth, dear friends. Yeah, that, you be the light of the world, as the saying goes, dear friends, that you touch the hearts of each other here and now tonight, in this sacred moment. And dear friends, that you let yourself be touched. Receive that which you've been asking for. Receive the answered prayer that your heart has been yearning for and calling for. Dear friends, let the stone roll away from the mouth of the cave of your heart. Let yourself be touched. Let yourself be blessed. Let yourself be healed. Take a deep breath. I'm willing to be transformed. I'm willing to be made new. I'm willing to awaken. I'm willing to remember. I'm willing to love and be loved. I'm willing to know more of who I truly am. I'm willing to embrace and be embraced by my higher self, future self, soul and spirit, by the angels, and by God, Goddess, all that is, Mother, Father, God. I'm willing to remember. I'm willing to know. I'm willing to awaken. I'm willing to be free. I'm willing to be loved for who I am. Take a deep breath. And dear friends, outside of time and space, we know with you here and now that all is truly well for you and your world, that all is truly unfolding in divine and perfect order. Dear friends, even in the midst of tragedy and chaos, even in the midst of sorrow and sadness, there is a new light and a new dream and a new earth coming into your life and coming into your reality, coming into your experience, dear friends. Don't think it's too good to be true, dear friends. Know that it's good enough to be true. And dear friends, that you are that goodness, beauty, and truth. You are the mind and body of your soul and spirit, dear friends. That you are the hands and the eyes of Almighty God, of God, Goddess, all that is, of Mother, Father, God. In this time and space, dear friends, continue to celebrate the gift that is your life. Continue to know that every day now is a new beginning. Continue to reach for the stars and know that those of us that know you and love you unconditionally, we are with you every step of the journey, and all is truly well for you and your world, dear friends. It is a powerful time. Redefine what that word means for you. It is a challenging time. Seize the opportunity to grow, to heal, and to learn who you can be in the midst of challenge. It is a time of chaos and crisis for many, dear friends. Continue to surrender yourself to the greater good, to be an inspiration, to be the peace, to be the clarity, to be the hope, dear friends, the angel of hope in your world at this time. We walk with you and we walk before you, dear friends, and we say again, all is well for you. Be at peace. We'll meet again. Take a deep breath. Dear friends, above and below, left and right, before, behind, within and all around, hear the song of the angels. Hear the choir and the chorus, dear friends, of a joyous and a transcendent and a triumphant, dear friends, humanity singing the word home to you, to your heart, to this time. Dear friends, come home to your heart. Come home to humanity. Come home to heaven on earth. Dear friends, peace and blessings. Namaste. Take another breath. Dear friends above and below, left and right, before, behind, within and all around, we seal the sign of your spirit in your field. Peace and blessings. Namaste. There we go. Okay, that'll do for right now. Thanks everyone. Thank you. Great to get to do this work with you. Thank you. Be good to yourself. Be willing to be amazed. Life loves you. I love you. Love yourself. Love your life. Peace and blessings. Namaste.